Hey everybody, Joey Cifuentes here. I want to talk to you about my setup for shallow, 0 to 10 foot crankbaits. To me, the big part of success to fishing a crankbait and a square bill or any crankbaits is having the correct setup. And this is the one I choose when it comes to that because it gives me more confidence. This new series of, new winch series of rods from Abu Garcia it's just come out here recently, and it's really sensitive, feels good, lightweight rod that if I'm gonna be throwing crankbaits, I'm gonna have it in my hand a while, and it's really gonna feel nice, and it's just not gonna fatigue me as much. So there's a couple reasons why I choose these winch rods from Abu Garcia. The first thing is this rod has really good backbone, but it also has, if you can tell, it also has a real soft tip. When I'm throwing crankbaits and square bills, you got smaller treble hooks, so you don't want to really have too much overpowering, stiff, heavy rod when you're setting the hook on fish. So that's why I like to use this winch series of rods from Abu Garcia. I can land the fish better whenever they jump. It's got that little bit of give on the tip of the rod, so you just don't lose as many fish. So typically a 7-foot rod, medium heavy is what I like to throw. If I'm throwing a 10-foot crankbait, this is what I'm gonna throw. Or if I'm throwing square bills, like this square bowl right here, I'm gonna throw it. Another reason why, the 7-foot rod is what I like with my shallow running crankbaits is because when I'm fishing, I may be wanting to hit specific targets or hit, like, say right here, throw it right up underneath that bridge, or in between trees or in between grass, whatever I'm fishing a crankbait in. That 7-foot allows me to make better casts and just to be more precise. When I go to deeper crankbaits, from that 10 to 20-foot range, I like this same exact setup except just a little bit longer rod. Typically you're out in open water when you're fishing deep, you're maybe fishing off a ledge and stuff, so you don't need to be precise on your casting, but you want more leverage in a longer rod to get that bait out there. The winch series has got that. They've got everything, all your cranking for different applications. So when it comes to the reel I like to use, this is a Revo Premier. Great reel. Majority of my rods I use when I'm cranking, I use a Revo Premier. The reason is it just lasts a really long time, and it's a really smooth reel. And I can just feel so much more with my whole rod and setup. Typically when I'm throwing crankbaits, I like to have 10-pound tests, Berkley 100% fluorocarbon. 10-pound test is all I need. It lets my bait get as deep as I want. Now if I'm fishing really shallow or something, I'll increase my line size a little bit. A 7:3 to 1 gear ratio is really perfect to me. We all used to use like a 6:4 to 1 or 6:6 to 1 back in the day, and I think a little bit more speed is nice. It's just when you're fishing all day, it lets you not have to turn that reel handle as much. And for me, when I'm doing this for a living, and it just makes it easier. So this is what works best for me. Hopefully next time you're out there on the water throwing crankbaits, it helps you also.